We are looking at CCTV footage from Kuala Lumpur Airport, February 13th, 2017. These two women have both been recruited for a YouTube prank show. The gig is simple. Walk up to a stranger, smear baby oil across his face, say sorry, and run. They've both been practicing this for weeks. Each successful prank earned them $100 US cash. But today is the big one. It's the most important shoot of the entire series. The women arrive separately. Neither knows the other exists, and that's by design. Their handlers give each of them a substance. But something's off. One of the women notices that this stuff doesn't feel like baby oil. It's thicker and heavier and sticks to her hands in a way that baby oil never did. She wants to ask about it, but there's no time. Because across the terminal, a man in a grey jacket has just walked through the doors. Her handler leans in close. That's him. Go. The two women move in from opposite directions. The first woman reaches him and smears the substance across his eyes and face. Full contact. A second later, the second woman does the same. He spins around. Sorry, they tell him, with no explanation. And then they're gone. The entire encounter only lasts about 10 seconds. As far as the women are concerned, job well done. But the man that they just pranked, he's not laughing. In fact, he's terrified. He rushes to airport security trying to explain what's happened to him. Two women attack me, something on my face. Security escorts him to medical. 5 minutes after the attack, he's sweating uncontrollably. And look, you can see here he's dragging his left foot. This is a sign his body is starting to shut down. He's taken to get medical assistance. 10 minutes after the attack, he loses the ability to speak. He begins to have seizures, his body convulsing, and then he loses consciousness. This photo was taken of him right after that, slumped in a chair unconscious. It's horrific. 15 minutes after the attack, he's rushed to an ambulance, but it's too late. A few minutes later, and he's dead. Only 18 minutes after the attack.
Strange reports that the estranged half-brother of Kim Jong-un is dead and possibly murdered.
It looks like something straight out of the pages of a spy novel. North Korean royalty Kim Jong-nam, the estranged, exiled half-brother of leader Kim Jong-un.
Today we learned what killed him. And it's even more shocking.
Determined that a chemical weapon was used to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's half-brother.
This was no ordinary prank, and this was no ordinary man. Kim Jong-nam was the half-brother of Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea, one of the most dangerous and unpredictable men on the planet. And someone has just murdered him in broad daylight. A manhunt begins, and Malaysia is not messing around. There's only one punishment for a crime like this: death by hanging. As the Malaysian police pull the CCTV footage, they start to unravel the strange event leading to the attack. Two women are responsible. One of them was wearing a t-shirt that says LOL. Is this some kind of sick joke? Two women just killed a man in an airport. But who are they? And how did we end up here? It all started a few months earlier in December 2016. The women had never met, but they were recruited in the same way and set on the same path. Suspect 1, Duan Thi Huang, 28, Vietnamese. She wanted to be famous. She had been in prank shows before, and check this out. Whilst researching this video, I found a clip of her online auditioning for Vietnam Idol. She didn't make it on Idol, so she was working at bars in Malaysia. Then one night, a man walks into her bar. He calls himself Mr. Y, says he's Japanese, says he's working on a show, a prank show, hidden camera stuff. It's simple, silly, and harmless, but there's a payment of $100 US per prank. Now, I did some digging, and just to give you a ballpark figure, the minimum wage in Malaysia back then for a hospitality worker was around $200 US per month. So the prospect of making $100 per prank for just a few seconds work, and the possibility that you might become famous, change your life forever, it's an impossible offer to turn down.
Must be excited and working for media company and can acting like actress.
Suspect 2 is Siti Aisha, 25 years old. She left rural Indonesia chasing something better, a better life for her and her young child. But she ended up in Malaysia working as a masseuse and then a prostitute. She would make about $15 for each man she would sleep with, dozens of them a week. One night she was approached by a different man known as Mr. James, who said he was also Japanese. He offered her the same proposition as Huang. She was selling sex for $15. She didn't have to think twice.
Ikut syuting, katanya ikut syuting gimana, saya bilang kan. Syuting kayak buat lucu-lucuan gitu, lucu-lucuan gimana ya, terkenal kayak boom prank. Jadi saya juga mikirnya, oh ya udahlah gitu.
Over the next 2 months, Mr. Y and Mr. James run rehearsals with the women separately, including this one. Look, a rehearsal prank also in the same airport. Huang attacks an unsuspecting victim with the exact same movement she used on Kim Jong-nam. They fly them around the country, book hotels, buy them dinners and new clothes, plus the cash after every prank. Feels like a dream. But the men aren't Japanese. Those aren't their real names, and they aren't working alone. If you go back through the airport CCTV from that day, you start to see the operation unfolding in plain sight. Right here, this is Mr. Y walking Huang through the terminal before the attack. And here, a different camera, but on the same morning, is a man in a grey striped shirt. He's someone we haven't met before.
Ri Jae-nam is a long-time North Korean intelligence operative. Somebody that's got extensive contact overseas.
There's a fourth man too. As Kim Jong-nam staggers into the airport medical clinic moments before he will die, this man follows him there. His name is Hong Song-hak, and he's the fourth member of the crew. His role is to confirm the job is done. These 4 men are all North Korean intelligence operatives. Mr. Y and Mr. James handled the women. The other 2 ran the operation itself. But here's the thing I just can't stop thinking about. The weapon, man. What kind of deadly substance could kill someone in under 20 minutes just by being applied like that? It's called VX nerve agent. But the way North Korea formulated this version of VX was unique. Each woman had 1/2 of the substance on her hands. Just 1/2. Each half by itself is not deadly, but the moment they combine on the same surface, it becomes VX, a chemical so dangerous that the UN classifies it as a weapon of mass destruction.
VX is a nerve agent. It's actually the most powerful nerve agent that's known to date. It takes about 10 milligrams to kill an average adult person. Now, 10 milligrams is just a fraction of a drop, so it doesn't take very much. It looks like a horrible way to die. You basically suffocate, you convulse, you're jerking around. It's not pleasant at all.
Kim Jong-nam was so paranoid about being assassinated that he was actually carrying the antidote. He had multiple vials of it in his backpack on that very day. That's some Shakespearean level tragedy, man. North Korea chose VX in this exact 2-part formulation so the 2 women could carry a weapon of mass destruction through a crowded airport without killing themselves in the process. After it was applied to Kim Jong-nam, they were instructed to wash their hands, and so it never affected them. But whilst the women were washing their hands of the crime, the 4 men who sent them were executing their escape. They changed their clothes and immediately left the country on their way back to Pyongyang.
As investigation progressed, 4 suspects has been identified, which could assist us very much on the investigation. And I can confirm today that they have left our country the very same day the incident happened.
They're never seen again. So the 4 men escaped, but the 2 women didn't, because they never knew to run. Even after Kim Jong-nam was killed, the women had no idea what they had just done. 2 days after the attack, Malaysian police arrested Huang in the airport in the same terminal. She was there looking for the North Koreans, thinking she could do more pranks, thinking she could still be famous. Little did she know she would get her wish, but not for the reasons she would have hoped for.
I don't know anything about the thing happen, and I don't know anything about the thing will make me trouble like that.
As for Siti, the next night after Huang was arrested, the police raided the hotel she was staying at. They had followed the CCTV footage after the attack and saw her getting into a cab, and they tracked that cab to her hotel. Both women are charged with murder and sent to jail, their faces blasted across newspapers and TV screens worldwide. But why go through all of this to kill this man? Kim Jong-nam was the eldest son of Kim Jong-il, North Korea's previous leader.
Kim Jong-nam is actually a princeling and the favorite grandson of Kim Il-sung. So he was raised believing that he would be the next North Korean leader.
But he'd grown up outside North Korea, in Moscow, then Geneva, educated in international schools, and somewhere along the way, he stopped believing. In 2001, he took a secret trip to Tokyo Disneyland, traveling on a fake Dominican passport. But he was caught. Japan deported him, and it was worldwide news. This brought terrible shame on his family, and he was exiled to Macau, losing his position to the throne. In this vacuum of power, Kim Jong-il's other son stepped forward and became the next heir apparent, Kim Jong-un. When Kim Jong-il died in 2011, Kim Jong-un was only 27. He was unproven in a system that respects age and military rank, so he made sure nobody questioned him. In his first 5 years, he purged or executed around 340 people, generals, officials, anyone who looked like a threat to his reign, including his own uncle, Jang Song-taek, the man who was supposed to be guiding him. He dragged him out of a party meeting on camera and executed him for treason. Kim Jong-nam, living in exile watching all of this, couldn't keep quiet. He exchanged 150 emails with a Japanese journalist, and in them, he trashed his family. He called the transfer of power to a third generation of Kims a mistake, said the new leader, his brother, lacked experience, and he criticized how the country was being run.
Kim Jong-un has to make decision whether he let his half-brother wandering around the world from time to time, meeting foreign journalists and saying negative, words against Kim Jong-un's leadership, or he should eliminate the physical existence of Kim Jong-nam.
He'd killed his uncle, he'd purged 340 others, but there was still one loose end, his half-brother. He could have done it quietly. Kim Jong-nam had been living in Macau for years now, mostly unguarded, but that wasn't the point.
And I think Kim Jong-un wanted to make a point to any would-be rivals, potential opponents, defectors out there, saying, I can kill you in any manner. So I think he wanted to be public. He wanted the whole world to know.
To Kim Jong-un, people are disposable. City and Huang were pawns. And once the job was done, they were left behind like trash to take the fall for everyone. Both women spent over 2 years in a Malaysian prison facing the death penalty for a crime they didn't understand. Siti's charges were dropped entirely in March 2019 after the Indonesian government fought to bring her home. Huang wasn't as lucky. Vietnam pushed hard, but Malaysia wouldn't drop the charges. She pled guilty to a lesser offense and was released 2 months after Siti. Kim Jong-un got what he wanted. His half-brother was dead, the regime was unchallenged, but he didn't get everyone. A few weeks after the attack, this video surfaced.
Hi, my name's Kim Han-sol from North Korea, part of the Kim family. Here's my passport. My father has been killed a few days ago. I'm currently with my mother and my sister, and we're very grateful to
Kim Han-sol. In a country obsessed with bloodlines, he has the strongest claim to the throne. And he's still out there, somewhere. The one Kim that got away. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in what goes on behind the scenes to make these videos, definitely check out my Patreon. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, YouTube thinks this one is right for you.